All right, so, well, thank you very much, Jamie, for this wonderful opportunity for us to share our journey in this business, in this industry. And our goal really is to just, give inspiration to everybody out there. Uh, this is weird. I can't see anybody, but I can even see myself. But guys, I know that you guys are there. I hope that I'm going to share something that you can take home with you to your family, and to help you out with your business. And again, as I've said, I'm grateful for the opportunity, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you guys. And I got some list here to make sure that I don't miss out on who I give thanks to. So the number one is actually, of course, Almighty God. I don't know how I got here this far in my business, in my career. It takes a miracle. Only God knows how, right? Like how I got here. And secondly is Jamie and Leah. Man, like back in 2017 in November, that fateful night that we met, man, that changes my life from that point on, because you created a new chapter for me and for my wife and for my family and for, of course, for my business. And I remember that you guys shared that you guys are so hesitant to go to Alberta, and you don't know if it's a good risk for you to come here. But again, guys, you have taken a good risk to come here to Alberta, and because you guys are in a mission to change people's lives, and I really thank you so much for doing that. Because right now, I wouldn't be here in front of everybody if it's not because of that move you guys did. Number three, of course, is ELC. Man, being the youngest member of ELC is such an opportunity, and thank you, Leanne and Jamie, for being trusting and being welcoming for me to be part of this great organization, and of course being part of ELC. And man, knowing that if you look at the small number of people that is part of this ELC, if you combine the number of years of experience, just probably I would say it would actually go beyond 200 years, and probably half of that is Sheldon's, right? Just kidding, Sheldon. But of course, man, like you guys have become a voice for everybody in this company, and you guys are really, I know that being part of this ELC is just, I've seen so many improvements that we have done so far since the beginning of establishment of ELC. And I thank you so much for trusting me to be part of it. And guys, thank you very much. Number four is the Exterior Head Office. Man, like you guys have come a long way, and it's the hard work, it's the many hours, the times, the energy that you guys have to put up to make things work and better and better and better every single month, every single year, for us to be served better in the field. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of you, for all your hard work and dedication. Number five is the FML SEAL team. Man, like these people, this group of individuals, the SEAL team, this they have we have a small number, but yet we strive to become better, and just going out there and do the work, just like what Kevin Purnell says, right? Like you just have to go out there and just do the work. Don't wait for it to be perfect. You just have to do what needs to be done. And then again, of course, with the FML organization, thank you very much, Mauro and Frank. You guys have really done a good job with giving a support to everybody in your hierarchy, and that includes me and the SEAL team, of course. Number six, kids, man, like my kids, Deacon David, Dominic, Daniel, Dale, the five bros, such a fun to be, with them. But the reason being why we do what we do, especially with us, Diane, is because of these kids. They're just such an inspiration for us. And we just want to really give our best to make sure that, we were able to provide for and, create a legacy for them. And Experior is not my first company to be part of in the financial industry. This is actually my third. My first, my first, my second, and then now finding my home, so to speak, quote unquote, my home now, because truly this is the company that really cares about the legacy and the generations to come. And the reason why we work so hard is because of them. And I thank you for Experior for that. And I thank Experior for that. And number seven is my amazing wife, Diane. She just put in so much energy in our in our team, in our relationship, in our family, such a force in our team. And small, but again, guys, so much energy. And again, he just reminded me of to becoming better and better every single day. And I would not be who I am today if not of this person. So I thank you again, and I love you so much. And again, this might appear like I'm receiving an Oscar award here with all this, Thanksgiving. But again, guys, we have to remind ourselves sometimes to go back on a basic and just really wanted to, list down all the things that you're grateful for, because we can easily get caught up and forget about why we're so blessed and why we're supposed to be grateful in life. And if you have more list of complaints, right, over the list of what you're grateful for, then it's over. You'll be heading at the wrong direction. So I hope you guys have more list of grateful that you're grateful for over the things that you complain for, right? So I think it would be better for us to go back to the basic and always be grateful in everything we do, because you know what, gratefulness is the start of change. I would believe in that. So again, guys, I want to share to you my story. This is a picture of mine back in July of 2011. I was probably on my mid-20s back then. I was so young. I got 4 kids. And I want to tell you the story about prior to months prior and years prior to this picture, and the months after that and the years after that. So let me get back to the years or the months prior to this. Prior to this picture, I worked 2 full-time jobs. I work as an IT by day, and I work in KFC as a crew by night. And I also have a part-time job in Best Buy during weekend as a Geek Squad, because that's my first passion, right? Like I love computer and technology. And my typical day goes by like I wake up in the morning at 4, getting prepared and to be able to work at 6 on my first job. And I got out there at 2 p.m. and I got one hour break. And I head to my next job, my second job, full-time job in KFC. And I worked there from 3 p.m. until 11. And by then, when I got home, it's already midnight. And again, that's really, the typical scenario as to what my life was prior to this picture. And man, like, I hope you understand how broken down my body is every single day. And I just have no energy anymore to spend for my kids, for my family, because I'm all drained out. My energy is drained. I'm emotionally drained. I'm spiritually, coming at home, I'm there, but I wasn't really there because my mind is somewhere else. And because you have to remember that I had to do this 5 times a week, and it was just crazy. I can't imagine anymore now how I able to actually do that. But again, the question was like, how I got to this kind of a situation. I want to bring you back to one story in particular, because this really, sorry guys. So one day, I went to Superstore, just like any other day. The plan is, to buy this.
You're a champion, brother. You got this.
Sorry, guys. I just needed that break. So one day I went there, Superstore. The plan is to buy these things for my kids. Went there in a couple of minutes. I got out empty-handed. because my credit card got declined. And my debit card got declined and I got no cash. And I got nothing to do really but just to go back to the car and just, and sat there and did this. And I can still remember as if it was just yesterday, guys. I'm really sorry. And so I decided at that time that this should never happen anymore. As basic as it is, that I should be able to provide for. And it wasn't. And I made a promise to myself that I should be able to provide. And so if you ask the question why I got the 2 full-time jobs, I got a part-time job because of that. And I just realized later that it doesn't work as well as I thought, because I still want to see them growing and I don't want to get sick. And so good thing though, after this month, July of 2011, somebody came up to me and shared to me what this financial industry is about. And they said, maybe you just try it out and see if you know how it works. So I tried it and I enrolled for the course. I passed it in a month and I was so happy. I posted it on Facebook, hey, I got my license. I got my exam done. And then little did I know that when I got my, when I did my contracting, I got declined because of my credit. And I'm not credit worthy enough for me to become an advisor. And that was a big blow for me. And good thing though, together with my sponsor and the person running the company, my first former company, really helped me out and, vouched for me to become part of this industry. And I'm really grateful to this day that they have done so, because after a month, it took, more than a month to get my license. And lo and behold, in November 11, they got me my second chance. And so that was the start of it. And I was so happy. And because of that, I make sure that those effort, those help will not go into waste. And so I did, really work so hard because, my kids are growing and I don't want them to see that we're struggling and all that stuff. And I want to make sure that they're provided for properly. And so, our typical appointment can look like this. And I still remember early in the days that we have to bring them this way because, we can't afford, daycare. I don't have money to pay for that. And sometimes my wife is struggling because the postpartum and, she's sick sometime, and I just couldn't leave the kids to her, after my first job, because the other job was already been, cut down. And because I want to focus on this one. So I went to our, appointment this way. And sometimes my client has to babysit, our kids. And, while I'm doing my presentation and all that. And you got to do what you need to do to, get to that other side, to get to your dream. It's about you doing the work and go through the process. Never shortcut the process, because that's who you're going to, you'll be thankful for who you're going to become when you do that. So after a relentless 90 days, man, like we made so much money that I was amazed how this industry can really help. And I've never seen money that much before. And so after 90 days of relentless effort and going out for the field, trained by our sponsor, by our trainers, and just becoming a really good student, money just keep coming out. And that's because, we really are, going out there to create value for people, because I really now started to believe in what this industry can do. And in January 27, 2012, I quit my full-time job, IT, from IMCO in downtown Edmonton. And I never looked back from that point on, and life has never been the same. And this industry just took us to so many places that we've never been to. And, I remember the first time I felt for the very first time in my life, when I wake up, not really worrying about money anymore, not really worrying about what the future is going to be like. And I was just so grateful that this happened to me. And guys, why am I telling you this story? It's not about me, okay? Let me just be straight, and it's not about me. It's because I know that someone out there is suffering right now, the same way I was 10 years ago. Sorry, guys. And especially nowadays that we're suffering with, this pandemic, this global pandemic, and there are more people like that today. And I can only imagine people going through what I went through. So to this day, this story fuels me even more to be more for others, to do more for others, and to share more for others. What do we mean by to be more? Guys, we have to, go beyond who we are today. And I know that there's still so much room for us to become more than who we are today. And, being more is meaning, attend all the trainings you can, get the mentorship you needed, get all the books that you can read. That's what becoming more for others. To take care of others, you got to take care of yourself in a way that you have to grow. And what does it mean to do more for others? Sometimes, guys, there are times that when we do things, it doesn't make sense because, you kind of start doubting yourself and see if, is it really worthwhile what I'm doing here? But doing more is doing more what you're paid for. We got to do that extra mile, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. But I know that if you keep going, someday, somehow, you'll understand that it will be really worthwhile. And to share more to others, maybe you guys are not sharing enough the opportunity. And I'm just grateful for that person who have shared the opportunity with me, because that changes my life entirely. And been doing this for almost like 10 years this year. And life was never been the same after that. And that's because of one person sharing. Guys, don't underestimate the power of sharing what you already have. You don't have to look beyond, look farther. You already have what you needed to share in order for your life to change and somebody else's life to change. After all, isn't it our mission to do so? I want to highlight that empower, because that's what happens to me when that person shared that opportunity to me. Guys, this is what we do, empowering someone else, empowering other people's lives, empowering families out there that needed our opportunity. It may not be for everyone, yes, but at least we don't, miss out on sharing this opportunity. Now we are all here for a reason, and that basically is to change people's lives for the better. Guys, I know it's important for us to be in a scoreboard. It's important for us to really, do the technical side of things. But we can really easily get caught up with all those things, and we forgot that what we really do is to change people's lives. Maybe we go back to that core, so that we can remind ourselves that even in spite of difficulties, setbacks, and disappointments, we can still go through, because this is not about us anymore. It is someone else's lives that we're talking about here. Now, I want you to see this, that isn't it wonderful to imagine that because of what you shared, as I've said a while ago, someone goes to bed in the evening free from fear. It was the greatest ever feeling for somebody to experience, because, knowing from where we came from, every single night I was just having a nightmare, not even getting enough sleep, because, waking up at 4 a.m. and I was like, oh my goodness, like how many times I died in my lifetime, just, wondering that, where to get the money from to feed my family, to pay for the bills, and so on and so forth. Man, like it was the greatest ever feeling that I think everybody should deserve to experience when they go to bed without worry anymore. And isn't it wonderful to know that because of what you shared, guys, what you shared is that someone wakes up in the morning with peace of mind. And that's what we all strive for. Okay? Now let's switch gear here for a second because I want to really talk about something that is dear to my heart, and that's immigrants in Canada. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you very much. Guys, I just want to go through this 1 minute. I'm sorry, I'm so emotional at this time. I just want to go through here, guys. This is what immigrants actually went through in their lifetime, and while establishing themselves in Canada, and I can really relate to them. And I've seen so many people actually went through this, and as year go by, they're actually accumulating more debt and accumulating more liabilities. Now the question for everybody is basically this: 7 deaths later, and you still have only one source of income with all these things going on in your life, right? Now, is this going to be better or worse? Now, are they creating more asset or creating more liabilities? That's a good question for us to ask ourselves. How does this affect couples marriage and relationship? With all these things piling up over time. And again, guys, what kind of a quality of life does it give to family? Imagine that, 1 year later, when they're not getting the job they want, they have to go back to school, right? And then now they're getting all these different things like, getting their first home, getting their car, they're getting things as if, they're trying to build an asset, but yet only to find out that they're actually building a liabilities. And now who's going to help them get out of the system? Now, guys, how many people are like this in Canada today? And you can see the statistics that it's also true. And again, guys, expectation versus reality. People think that, we're building wealth and then declining liability, but the reality is actually people are getting more and more liabilities. And this is a great problem for us to solve. Guys, this is a great problem to solve. And I really do believe that people on a scoreboard are people who are really trying to solve problems out there. The more problems you solve out there, the more your name go up in the ladder in that scoreboard. So guys, I want to end again this way. Again, we are all here for a reason, and that's to change people's lives for the better. Don't forget about that. That's what we're doing. And again, one family at a time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jamie. Thank you very much, Leanne, for this such wonderful opportunity. And I love you guys. I love you, Experior. I love you, SEAL team. Thank you.